So for today, I would say layers is probably a good call because we want to start warm and you might want to peel things off as we continue to shake. Oh, connection. Ooh. And if you are smoking weed, this is the time to do it. Also, have some water close by. Have mine, but also not too close because you don't want to knock it over. Yum. Okay, fine. That I'm gonna be stoned. I haven't smoked my Mimi bong in 2 weeks. And it feels so good to be reunited with her. Love her. Okay, once you're done smoking your weed, and done like coughing out a lung, we're gonna meet on the floor. My favorite place in the whole wide world. Okay, so on the ground, legs long, arms long, let yourself fall wherever you fall. Oh yeah, and cannot recommend like start now with the coziness. If you need to go get socks, if you want a blanket right now, go get a blanket. Do what you got to do. And again, everything I say is a suggestion. Listen to your body, listen to yourself, do what you need to do. Okay. Eyes closed, body falling wherever it's falling. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, spreading your lungs up and down, side to side, front and back. Exhale everything out. You're going to continue your breath, letting the inhale last as long as the exhale, exhale as long as the inhale. As you inhale, press the back rib cage into the mat. And as you exhale, deepen that connection. Let the ribs melt. Let's set an intention for today's movement, today's meditation, today's shake. We're literally, oh my God, at the end of 2023. And okay. So do what you want with that. Maybe there's a few things to maybe shake off from this past year. We're officially in winter. Maybe there's shit that we want to just focus in on for the winter season. And where's it landing? The mind, the body, the spirit. If we've wandered from the intention, just make your way back. Inhale, bring the intention in close. Exhale, let that shit go. We're going to keep the eyes closed. Drop your chin to the right. Bring your palms to the ground and walk the fingertips towards your feet. Gentle stretch in the neck, in the shoulder, in the chest.
Hey, Alex, we lost your audio almost.
Oh,
It's really
shit.
quiet.
Is this working? Yeah,
That's
okay,
better.
cool. Awesome. I was like, I know I charged this shit. I'm getting better at it. Okay, so we are pressing the neck down. Our chin is off to the right, palms on the ground. And then we're going to bring the head to center, drop over to the left. Shoulder down, walk the right fingertips towards the feet. Foot, whatever. And center, back to the right. And center, left. Come back to center. Bring your awareness to your toes so you can visualize it with your closed eyes. I want you to get inside those toes. Think about your toenails, the bones, moving up to the balls of the feet and the arches. We are going to take this time to just notice our body. Notice what it's feeling, where we are coming from a neutral space. It's not positive, it's not negative. It just is what the fuck it is. Moving up the ankles. Up the lower legs, your shins, your calves. I needed a moment to think of those words. Up your knees. Up the thighs, inner thighs, back of the legs, to your tailbone. Pelvis. Moving up the spine, your core, your belly, the shoulders, What's going around the ribs and your chest. Moving from the shoulders to the upper arms, the elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. Moving up the neck. The back of your head. And notice the weight of the back of the head into the ground. To the center of your forehead. And then release your jaw. Keep your eyes closed. Last moment, thinking about any main takeaways while we just checked in with our body. And we're going to start shaking our toes. So when I say shaking your toes, it's just like moving a little bit up and down, but it's a small movement. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe at some point you're like, oh, I'm like really feeling this in my feet and my calves. Cool, keep going. Use your breath to find essentially like your source of energy to keep wiggling those toes. We're going to start shaking from our ankles. So the whole foot is going back and forth, and even a bit of your body is going to be going back and forth. And by a little bit, I mean like the whole body is, but it's not like a huge movement. Okay. Deep breathing. And then we're going to make those shakes a little bit bigger in the ankles. Noticing more of a back and forth in the body. And you're noticing your shins. Cool. Keep going. Breathe through it. Can you make the movement in the ankles a little bit bigger? Yeah, man. Shaking is hard. But we're just gonna keep breathing through it. No big deal. And then we're gonna slowly bring the knees in towards our chest. And you're gonna lift the legs up. And we're gonna start doing a gentle shake right here. Just starting a little bit with the toes and the ankles. There's a little bit of bounce in the knees. Let that shit jiggle. Still small, focusing on the ankles, the feet. We're gonna make the shakes a little bit bigger. A little bit more on the knees. Again, we're like just starting to move. We have time. Let's make the shakes a little bit bigger. And maybe, and again, like all of our shakes are gonna look different from another. Maybe you're gonna focus a little bit more on movement in the knee. Maybe the shake is gonna come from the hip. Play with it. And take up the space with your legs. And don't forget to breathe. I honestly, this just should look weird as fuck. So big with these shapes. Oh my God, but yeah, like, please be careful. Move the bongs out of the way. And yeah, it's like you think there's no other ways to shake, wrong. There's another way. Explore it. Then we're gonna start to make our shakes a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller. Shaking is getting even smaller and smaller. And we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest, the feet towards the ground. Slide those legs down. We start to move our fingers. Like you're saying bye, breathe. I have my upper arms resting on the ground, bent at the elbows. And then we start shaking from our wrist, flopping it around. Again, not my forearms, my upper arms are on the ground. So we are supported. So just the whole hand from the ankle to the fingertips shaking. Inhaling through the nose, out the mouth. So many different ways to shake a wrist. Hmm. Now we're going to start to lift the upper arms off the ground and get the elbows involved. Small shake. Ooh. Yeah, just like notice what's going on in the body. Let's make those shakes a little bigger. Play with the space that you have, make the shakes bigger. So many different directions. Honestly, is wild. I surprised myself. I'm like, oh my God, there's another option. Haven't I been doing this for like ever? Okay. Ooh. Shaking from the shoulders, breathing. You're gonna slowly bring your knees in towards your chest. Keep shaking those arms. And when you're ready, start small with the knees in. You can start like shaking at the ankles and the toes. As your legs are like, oh yeah, okay, we were just here. It's coming back to me. You want to extend them into the air. And we're shaking all of our limbs. Play with the kind of shaking, play with the space with both the legs and the arms. Can we get a little bit of the spine shaking? Don't forget to breathe. I was not breathing. Maybe the spine is shaking side to side, up and down. Oh my gosh. Slowly, we're going to start to quiet our shakes down, making it a medium shake, maybe a little slower pace, coming to a small shake. And eventually we bring the knees in towards the chest. Ooh, feet come to the ground. We're going to roll over to a side. Slowly take your time, like seriously, truly, and go fucking slow. We slowly come up to a seated. Okay, what are we feeling in our skin? Oh my God, a lot of things. And essentially, we're going to slowly make our way up to a standing. And maybe finding like a little bit of a bounce here, or maybe even like a slow sway. So we're going to keep up with the shaking vibe, but take your time getting up. With the feet underneath us, let's start with the head, just a very small shake no. It can be slow. And maybe as we are moving through the motion, we get a little bit bigger and bigger. Chin coming from right to left. We can bring the chin down to the chest, up towards the sky. So at a very slow pace, we'll do some head shakes, right? Or head isolations. You can play with the head a little bit more, but start to now get your feet and your hands involved so they are moving around. This can be really slow, like a slow motion shake. Maybe you want to do some half circles with the head. My eyes are closed right now, but as we begin to start, shaking our legs and our arms, head, spine. And again, like we just started standing up. This is so different than the ground. Go slow and go small. But you might want to open your eyes, could help with balance, and maybe keeping them closed is fine. And we'll keep it contained, the feet to the mat. But even within the mat, there's so much space to play with. The arms can be going forward and backward and side and up and down. And as we're feeling a little bit more comfortable, confident, standing and shaking, then we start to grow in our shapes, getting like a lot bigger, maybe a little faster. Like seriously, this is the time where we are just shake that shit off. Breathe. We are building some fucking heat. Play with the torso coming down as you shake and reaching up to the sides. So many fucking ways to shake. And we're going to start to make our shakes a little smaller. A little bit small, a little slower, a little smaller, a little smaller. I can say it. We got there. And then, make your way to the ground. And it can be all like slow and sway. And eventually we're going to be lying down. Letting your body come to stillness. We're going to shift our breath to our nose. So we're going to press the lips together, teeth apart, tongue resting on the bottom rack of teeth. Bring your awareness to your skin. What are the sensations that it's feeling that you're feeling right now? Bringing your awareness to your muscles. What are they feeling? Where are they feeling? Bringing your awareness to your circulation system. Notice your veins, your blood moving through you. Notice your bones. Notice the weight of them, where they're sitting. And I want you to notice how your body is connecting with the ground. From the heels to the top of your head, scan your body. Notice where you are touching, not just touching, like you are becoming the ground. That's the vibe. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Circling your ankles. Slow, big circles. Reverse. Circling the wrists. And gently drop your chin side to side. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, past the sky, back behind you. Exhale through your mouth to lower the arms down. Inhale, reaching up. All the way back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, coming up. Sip in some more air. Reach a little further back. Sip in some more air. Reach further back. Exhale. Take up the space you created today. Take a moment and literally say aloud, thank you to yourself, showing up for you, spending time on you. This is how we can take care of others. Thank you for joining me, as always. We shook that shit. I am tired and hungry now. Take your time getting up. Drink lots of water today. Oh my gosh, seriously. We moved shit around.